Hey, welcome to another episode of Music Tips and Reviews with JG. Appreciate y'all for tuning in. Like I said, made it to 3,000 subscribers. So thank y'all for y'all support. All of my subscribers, who regularly tune in, to my show. A lot of great content. Coming up. You know. Uh, just a lot of great I want to do more tips, and I believe this is part of my tips, as far as my channel. Been doing a lot of reactions, and shout out to the people that been doing pay to react on my channel, so appreciate y'all for tuning in. And so this songwriter, Tiffany Red, I didn't know about her until I saw R&B Money Podcast. Shout out to R&B Money Podcast, where they had this songwriter Tiffany Red on the show, and she's been in the industry for a while now. I didn't know that. She's known for writing Zendaya's Replay. I believe she wrote a few stuff for Tamar Braxton. She wrote a few stuff for Jennifer Hudson, and so she's speaking out. She's part of this 100%ers thing, campaign that she's doing, and so it's good to see songwriters really standing up for what they deserve. And so she got some things to say about Beyonce. I guess this thing that Jay-Z said at the Grammys really stirred her the wrong way, knowing the things that she know behind closed doors about these particular artists, especially Beyonce. And so we're gonna tune in and see what she got to say about this particular subject, about even knowing songwriters that is dealing with Beyonce, as far as creativity, as far as music, as far as especially the Renaissance album that came out. And y'all know Beyonce, she's coming out with a country album, Act 2. And so let's check out what Tiffany Red had to say, because she's really she's really doing this thing, really trying to fight for songwriters, really trying to fight for our the rights, including people like me, songwriters. She's really fighting for more publishing, and she got a lot of words to say about Beyonce, Tamar, and many other artists. So let's check it out.
What was the record Beyonce did after or before Renaissance? I can't remember. Whatever the record was, I remember talking to one of the writers and talking to them about how much of the publishing she was taking. And this writer was like, look, Tiff, I don't want no smoke with me. Like, I just let her take the publishing.
So yeah, it's crazy how much power Beyonce has. She's the queen bee, and she got her beehive. And I know some people probably watch this later on. The comment on what Tiffany Red had to say about songwriting. Tiffany Red has been in the industry, and she's seen some things firsthand. So she got some words to say about what other songwriters that has worked with Beyonce, how they feel about their songwriter credit, their songwriter percentage.
That's bullshit. All of these writers that you guys see celebrating in the studio with these artists posted up in pictures like, yeah, everything is all good. Those writers are being exploited. Those writers' time is not paid for. Their services are not paid for. Their contribution to the sound recording is not paid for. Their first use of the copyright is not paid for. Their fucking parking is not paid for. Their fucking lunch is not paid for. That's the truth. The truth is that we work in an industry that proclaims it makes billions of dollars, but can't even buy you lunch. But I'm tripping.
Yeah, so she's really going in on how the industry treats songwriters. We heard even Money Long aka Priscilla Renee, she talked about when she was songwriting for a lot of artists, she didn't hardly get paid. She didn't hardly, get her percentages as far as songwriting is concerned. And there's a lot of songwriters and a lot of things being exposed of the industry. And she gonna talk about later, she gonna talk about later when Tiffany Red, when she gives out NDAs, to her songwriters to not say anything about, or disclose things about the agreements or the contracts as far as the songs is concerned.
But I'm tripping. No, they're tripping. And you're tripping if you with them. People that are like,
and again, appreciate y'all for watching.
The gun to your head is the power dynamic. Think critically, y'all. The gun to your head is the power dynamic. The gun to your head is your livelihood. The gun to your head is being excluded and ostracized and retaliated against for even trying. That's the gun to your head. They don't need to put a gun to your head anymore because they control everything. That's the gun. You being silenced, that's the gun.
And so the question out there, I know it's a lot of songwriters may watch this video, this live. How many songwriters out there, if Beyonce gave you a small percentage, would you still work with Beyonce? And you can be honest.
And the thing that burns me up the most about Beyonce, and this is why I'm speaking about her specifically, is because Beyonce is Queen Bee. Beyonce is a Black artist. Beyonce represents Black excellence. Beyonce's team.
And shout out to AVO News who posted this YouTube video.
Like the people who work with her, these writers that I'm talking about that are exploited, are us. You know what? It's so funny because when I think about my own career
and let me know if y'all think Tiffany Red is, being too much as far as speaking out about, songwriters and stuff like that. I'm kind of in the middle. If you get that opportunity, the question is, would you take it? Even if you get a small, percentage, you working your way in the industry. I think it's a huge difference. If you working your way in the industry and you don't get as much as the A-list producer or A-list songwriter, you working your way up. Let me know if you would still take that take that placement because you got a small percentage. So let me know.
All the people that have fucked me over, it's been my own people. But the reason why I'm bringing up my experience with every artist or almost every artist that I've worked with that has taken publishing that they did not earn on the songs that I wrote for them is because there's a precedent that's set. The reason why I called out Beyonce is because Beyonce is the Michael Jackson of our generation. If there's anybody that could reshape the precedent, if there's anybody that...
And, I think, and I always, said it to a lot of people, I feel like, Beyonce is she's going to get to that Michael Jackson level. If she keep herself straight, she don't be, distracted. She's, everybody's talking about her like, like she's Michael Jackson right now. You see people like Tiffany Red, you see people like, there's so many others, it's always talks about Beyonce or Jay-Z. I believe, Beyonce is the next Michael Jackson.
That could influence the industry, that had the power and the money and the cultural thing to say, you know what, y'all, you're right. Songwriters have been out here. We've been in the street. Literally, I have been in the street.
And it's not fair, in the past, even Neo talked about, Irreplaceable, how, Beyonce had credit on that song as a songwriter, even though Neo wrote bulk of the song, Beyonce still, she got credit for the song. And it looked like, Neo didn't really have a huge deal about it because, I don't know how the percentage, split up as far as Irreplaceable. But he said, Beyonce had a different approach than his demo. And of course, he gives, Beyonce a percentage of that song.
in front of Spotify. I've been in front of Universal. I have sat and I have talked to all y'all publishers. I've talked to y'all publishers. I talked to the DSPs. I talked to the copyright royalty, the U.S. Copyright Office.
Wow.
I talked to NMPA. I talked to RIAA. I talked to SONA. I talked to NSAI. All of them. And guess what? Y'all are still broke. Okay? That's the fucking truth, right? Okay, so.
And that's true because, you look at your, the plays you get from Spotify, from Apple Music, it's like 0.005 and stuff like that, and you're not really getting paid from, royalties. You're getting paid from publishing. You're getting paid from, getting these deals, these contracts. And, once you get these deals, you want that huge percentage. And I feel it isn't fair, as far as songwriters, that we get a small percentage and the producer get all the, these percentages. It is fair in a lot of cases, it is.
The people that are like, oh, this is not true. I had somebody call it propaganda yesterday. It's not fucking propaganda. The reality is there is no A-list artist, B-list artist, or C-list artist that's not taking publishing, because that is the way the music industry works. And to deny that is delusional. And what I will not allow is for anybody to make me feel like I'm in.
And I feel, she has a lot of, points, but at the same time, you can't let the frustration of the industry kind of interfere you from opportunity. At the same time, I believe some opportunity you should take, to keep on your resume, but some opportunities I feel, you have to negotiate. I think being in the industry is all about negotiation, and I feel and I see that it's harder. This is not a sexist statement, but it seems like it's harder for these female songwriters to get the credit or the percentage they deserve. As far as, Money Long talked about it, how she wrote for so many, artists, and they don't give her the credit, that's due. And, y'all let me know about it. Let me know what y'all think about it. Leave a comment.
The Twilight Zone, because I know I'm not in the Twilight Zone. I can pull up my records. I talked to somebody yesterday. Somebody's a manager of somebody who is a writer and producer on Renaissance, okay? The record is one of y'all faves. The song was written 6 years before it got to Beyonce. She got 25% of the song. I've talked to another writer who wrote and sang on one of your favorite songs. Credit not right, all kind of shit fucked up.
Wow.
His business still isn't handled. Beyonce was on tour last year with that record, with that person's vocals, all that. I'm not crazy.
Yeah, and like she's talking about, she's performing this on Renaissance, and a lot of people don't realize you supposed to get paid for those performance. That's why they call it performance, rights organizations, because you're supposed to be getting paid from when the artists do it live as well, not even just spins, not even just radio plays, not even just streaming. You're supposed to get paid from their performance. And a lot of these venues, a lot of these places are not really correctly, taking record of plays. When you perform, you should receive a royalty of, from the artist when they play your songs, a song that you wrote.
And here's the thing. The reason why people who work for Beyonce don't talk is because they're all on NDAs, because that's also how she works. She silences people.
So what an NDA is, a non-disclosure agreement, where, and this is what Diddy put on a lot of artists on his roster at Bad Boy. They can't disclose anything that's in the contract. They can't disclose how they were treated as far as a song or placement. They can't discuss, what percentage they got in public, or they can get a lawsuit. And that's what she's talking about,
So that nobody can speak. I'm not a writer that's written for Beyonce. And I think I own like 85% of that song, but I should own all of it because I did all of it. She didn't write shit.
And she's talking about, she wrote a song on Tamar Braxton's album King, and she got 85% on that song. That's what she's talking about right now.
Seven Streeter, who's a songwriter. This one really hurt my heart. Seven Streeter, just being honest. Me and Mansour did that song. It was originally called Bitch. I wrote that song by myself. I'm not even really a big co-writer like that. I prefer writing songs by myself because I don't know. I just prefer to write like that. So I have a lot of records.
And, you know, I believe that's why Prince, you know, wrote a lot of songs by himself. Because, you know, a lot of writers that write with a lot of people, you know, they have been treated unfairly. You know, when I write, you know, I primarily write, you know, by myself. And, you know, if I work with artists, they may change a few words here and there. But most of the songs I write most of the songs. So, you know, it depends on the agreement. It depends on the splits. And she's basically saying a lot of things are going on, you know, with these A-list artists. You know, they're not giving the proper percentage in the song.
That I have placed that either have one co-writer on or that I've written solo dolo, right? Seven ended up with 10% of that record. I fought like hell for her to not have any of the publishing because she didn't write anything on it. Publishing is my only source of income. I didn't even, and by the way, wow, none of the artists that I've mentioned have a career anything close to in music Beyonce. None of them.
So yeah, appreciate y'all for watching. I thought I'd play that because you know, this happens a lot in the industry. Happens a lot in the industry as far as songwriters, because I'm a songwriter myself. So this kind of hit home with me because you know, a lot of you know, songwriters are not getting the credit they deserve. And you know, leave your comments. You know, you can play back this video, this live, and you know, check out what she had to say as far as Beyonce, as far as Tamar Braxton, you know, as far as Seven Streeter, and you know, Tiffany Red. She's been really vocal, and it's good to have somebody like her, you know, in the industry, really talking about what's going on. You know, really talking about what's going on in this industry. And appreciate y'all for tuning in. Appreciate y'all for watching. You know, please subscribe. If you're watching, please subscribe to my channel. And you know, I feel it should get better as far as the music industry, how they treat songwriters. And I feel, you know, a lot of songwriters should, you know, do something like a strike like she's doing, because it's not fair. You know, you write like the whole song and you only get a percentage of the song. And leave your comments what you think about that, you know. And if you ain't here, you know, shout yourself out. Let me know what you think about how, you know, songwriters are treated. Are they treated fair? Are they not treated fair? So yeah, appreciate y'all for watching. Appreciate y'all for tuning in. A lot of great content coming up, a lot of great content. And so until next time, all right, peace.